Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel Moxie DIY in Java. I'm Michelle. Today's video is going to be all about faith-based DIYs. So grab your cup of coffee or your favorite beverage and join me. Okay, for this craft, I'm going to be using this wood burning pin set that I got from Michaels. And this is one of the dough bowls that I got from Etsy. It was a candle maker that was getting rid of bowls that weren't right for candles. I got them, I think they were 5 for $35. So all I'm doing is just drawing lightly along the inside middle of the bowl. I'm not pressing hard at this point, just trying to get the basic shape of the cross that I'm drawing in the base. Now, this is based off of the Noah bowl from PRINTABLES.com, and I will link them down below. I saw it and I figured I could give it a shot, see if I could make it. Once I like the shape, I will begin pressing harder and longer, so that way it will actually make literal burn marks into the base of this bowl. You can't really tell on this clip, but later on you'll be able to see it easier. You can see the black marks from the burns. Now we're moving on to the stencil. This is one that I cut from some extra vinyl, and it says prayer bowl on it, and I'm just going to take out the letters so that way I have a pseudo stencil. Now I'll be using the scorch marker. This thing is really awesome. Basically, it puts a pinkish orange hue onto any wood that you're wanting to scorch. And what it does is that it burns off, or it has a chemical reaction, I'm not sure, with heat. And so I'm going to be using my heat gun in a little bit to activate those chemicals. So the story behind the prayer bowl is that you put any prayers that you have or that you see or hear throughout the day, and you put those into your prayer bowl so that you remember to pray for them or pray on them when you get the chance to do it. But that was a really cool concept, so I wanted to make one. This video came about because a group of us wanted to come together to create some faith-based DIYs. The ladies who are participating in this are Nadia with DIY with Nadia, Leanie of Crafty Leanie, Kathy Jo of Kathy Jo DIYs, Tammy from Happiness Created, me, Eileen from The Hearts DIY, and Ellie from DIY from House to Home. I really hope you will check out all of the videos we created for this. A lot of heart went into it, and I know that you will be inspired. The link to this playlist will be in my description box. This is just a scrap piece of printer paper that was heading to the recycle bin. You can use scrapbook paper if that's what you'd like, but it's going to be hidden, so I just decided to use just plain white paper. So I wanted to make this because a lot of your higher end Bibles, prayer books, they come with ribbons from the spine where you can mark your favorite passages, or maybe mark where you've left off in your studies, and I wanted to make one for our Bible. So these are just all ribbons that are actually from the Dollar Tree, and the little domino tile that I'm using here is also from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to place them where I think they look nice, and then you'll notice I glue the top part, and then I'll flip them over and I'll glue the bottom part. I'm on other social media platforms as well, Instagram, Rumble, and Pinterest. Please find me and say hi. I love talking to you guys. And it's as easy as that. You'll notice that this fits right into my Bible. The measurements were perfect, so I didn't really have to do anything. And now it's time for coffee. I ran out of creamer, so I'm going to show you this hack that my mother-in-law taught me. Putting whipped cream in the bottom of your cup and then adding coffee on top. Who knew? Now I'm going to sprinkle it with some cinnamon and we are ready to go. If you would ever like to help support my channel, please consider buying me a coffee. Everything that you need to know is in my About tab or the description box. This is a travel journal by Molly and Rex. I picked it up at Hobby Lobby. All of the inserts I picked up from the Dollar Tree. It's part of the Crown Jewels line. So the first says walk by faith, 2 Corinthians 5:7. The second one says I have loved you with an everlasting love, Jeremiah 31:3. The third one is fearfully and wonderfully made, Psalm 109 verse 14. And the last one is lift up your eyes on high and see who has created these stars, Isaiah 40:26. And I thought these were perfect for a war journal. These are just various things that I have that we can use in the journal. Tabs, little pockets. I'm going to be making paper clips later for bookmarks. And this is just a small photo album that I also picked up at the Dollar Tree that I figured maybe I could use later. I used these pens and these tabs to make my top tabs, which are prayers and praises, application of scriptures, Bible study, Bible scripture notes. I accidentally had a duplicate of Bible study, so you'll see that that goes away soon. And then sermon notes for when we go to church and I want to remember something. And then I have this additional notebook that I can use for something else or take it out if need be. These are all printables, and I will have these linked in my description box. All of them are free, and I thought they were all really nice. So pretty much all you're going to see me doing from here on out is just going through my process of putting it together. These clear pockets I got from Target a few years ago, and I'm just figuring out where I want to put them in the binder. And these are scripture cards that I want to incorporate. So the best way to describe a war binder is, if you've seen the movie War Room, one of the main characters has a closet which she has turned into her war room. And for those of you who don't know what a war room is, that is where generals and leaders and everyone who's involved in battle plans and strategies, that's where they plan everything out. And this is where the character does her battles and plans things out for her battles with Satan. Basically, so she can pray about fear, envy, lust, gluttony. She can pray about anything that needs to be prayed on, and that is her place where she has her battle strategies or her prayers to fight those things. So the idea is that you have a war room with you wherever you want to go. It's not just confined to your house. It's in somewhere that you can take with you, whether you travel or if you just want to keep it in your purse or in your car, etc. What I'm putting in now are my daily prayers. This is a printable for the application of scriptures in my life, including gratitude. There's also a section for the scripture of the day, and I have the Bible app on my phone, so I get a new scripture every day to pray on and think on, so that will help me remember which ones I had on which days. Now I'm writing out the tabs for my daily prayers. Now I'm going to show you how to make paper clips. This is a 1-inch circular punch. Now when you're using paper clips to make bookmarks, you want to make sure that the 2 loops are facing down. The circle you see me putting them on is just a scrap piece of cardstock. And I'm just putting hot glue all around the center, and then I'm smashing the graphic on top of it. I'm sorry to say I lost my footage for when I was making these ribbon ones, but all I did was I made a slip knot using 2 different ribbons through the top loop of the paper clip. The large aqua bow was actually just a little girl's hair bow that I got from the Dollar Tree. I hope that you are liking what you're seeing, and if you do, I hope that you will consider liking, subscribing, and even sharing my video. Okay, let's flip through this baby. So this is one of my favorite verses. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. These are the daily prayers. This is praise, husband, children, self, family, friends, and neighbors, reaching beyond, and church. This is my application of scriptures tab, and this is where I will go over the Bible verse of the day, any reflections on that, and any additional prayers for the day. And then once I start a new Bible study, I will take my notes in here. And then the scripture is for any Bible scriptures or notes that I especially have liked, and then extra pages. And that is my word journal, and I'm sure it will probably change and evolve as I use it and figure out what works best for me and maybe what doesn't work. But I hope that you have liked this, and here is the final reveal. I hope you have enjoyed spending this time with me as much as I have enjoyed spending it with you. And until I see you in the next video, take care.